It's too dark
Actually
there.
using his
Let's see if I can wave for you. There, I'm waving for you on the stream.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. So, well, I have things that I think might happen. Let me double check if there's anything else before the drummer stuff. Do you guys do anything specific before the drummer stuff anymore? 'Cause I think that might be it.
Yeah, Kim's going to hook up all the dead bodies, like just drag them over to his holding tank and like have them like head first towards the tank and just circle them around. Just leaving all the blood. And then I think I jab an electrode in each one. And then I'm like, that should work. Sugar, don't touch anything. Could be very bad.
She's kind of, she's been wide-eyed, like, just kind of this the whole time you're doing that.
Well, you're frozen on my screen, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
I can see a move, so it's Golden's fault.
It's my fault.
Yeah. Basically,
Nope.
she has a horrified, I don't want anything to do with this, so of course I'm not going to touch this expression on her face the entire time we did this.
Oh, now you're moving again. Show me the expression.
Was it?
Acting.
Now you're frozen again. Okay, forget it.
Is it frozen in that expression?
I think it is, actually.
Please.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
All right.
Optimal.
So, yeah, then once that's done, I lock the door. And, it still says closed.
I assume.
And I go out to Betsy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drive Betsy, let's say, 5 minutes away. Hide her.
So that's, now, based on Betsy's speed, that's not super far.
No, it's not.
And based on her size, she will be very visible and not at all easily hideable.
Is there anywhere I can hide her?
Let's see if there's a role we can make for that instead of me just deciding.
I mean, I don't know. Stealth mechanics is not something Apocalypse World is big on.
There's actually a thing in the back of the book for that, I believe.
Oh, is there?
You're hiding a thing?
You could do a flashback and commission a big enough tarp to make it look like a big chunk of ice.
Oh, yeah, I just put fur on it, and I pretend it's a sheep. A really, really big sheep.
Yeah. Make it a woolly mammoth.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to hide things in Apocalypse World.
Well, let me check. It's okay. Here, I'm in the.
Is it the cat versus mouse? No.
Oh, there's an infiltrate a place by stealth, and that's roll plus cool.
Okay.
On a 7 to 9, you choose one, you get in, you go unnoticed. On a 10, both. On a miss, neither. So, if you want to use that as a basis.
So yeah, we could make it a sort of like you roll plus cool on the 10 plus. You get to choose one of either it is unnoticed and you get to be in it while it's unnoticed. Maybe there's something that like basically like it's too cold or something, or the cold metal is something that you aren't able to stay in it while it's been hiding. Maybe you literally cover it in snow, in which case obviously you can't.
Okay.
Does that work as a quick custom for us?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do very well on this roll. Let's find out. Yeah.
Okay, so on a miss, neither. So, there is, and it doesn't say expect the worst, actually. So, though it, yeah.
I mean,
so,
it's not hidden.
It's not hidden. Correct.
All right.
There is no hiding. Big Betsy is not designed to be hidden at all.
Actually, on a miss, maybe like the sun is blaring down on it and it's gleaming.
Yeah, she's just this bright beacon.
So I just park 5
Once every 20 years, the clouds part in a certain location,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
pure sunlight beams
Like-
down, and it's a very rare occurrence.
Yeah.
And it just
Yeah.
so happens.
And even more, like, maybe Betsy was once like an old yellow Caterpillar construction machine, and some of the
Okay.
paint's beginning to come off, and so, like, there's the logo and the bright yellow, some of the bright yellow is
Nice.
shining
Oh,
through.
totally.
So I just park it
Yeah.
5 minutes away
Uh,
with the machine gun pointed at the rig.
Okay.
Army word.
I will, just to double check, I assume the wolves will allow you there. Zen, do the wolves allow?
Yeah. The wolves
Yes.
were only. Well, I think the wolves were only out there because we left a bunch of the guns in Betsy.
Yeah.
So once
okay.
once the guns are all distributed and sold,
Which
I
they
think
were.
they're all back with me.
They're all with you? Okay. So there aren't even wolves there.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm all alone in the middle of the snow with lots of guns. Just the way it was
Yeah,
meant to
I
be.
want to be like up on the gate with like a megaphone and shit, ready to like call him out when he arrives.
Okay.
It's kind of where I'm positioning myself.
Oh man. Okay. So we sort of see that, like, what is it? Helm's Deep, or the orcs march up to to Helm's Deep moment. There is this. It starts off like it sounds like a distant swarm of insects, like this buzzing in the distance. The cloud of smoke, of course, is ever closer. And then as the sun is at its peak in the sky, and as they finally get closer, the buzzing turns into this roaring, as just individual car noises begin to pop out of them, out of the like just background roar. As the smoke, the smoke cloud doesn't really go away at all. It just sort of descends, and the rig becomes part of this area now covered in smoke. But now that you are in the smoke cloud, you can see the bright flames of yeah. I think it's safe to say hundreds of, I guess, vehicles that are straight out of like Mad Max Fury Road, basically. They're all with probably more nitro, is what I would say. There are large, like, tank-like trucks that have like 14 different exhaust pipes that are pouring as much smoke as possible out of them. There are like motorbikes that have, like, again, everything has a lot of exhaust pipes, and some of those exhaust pipes pour mountains of smoke, and some of them like shoot jets of flame in the air. This would be the perfect opportunity for a show to show up, because there are probably actually guitar playing, like, people, yeah. It's full on insane, the war band that shows up. In the center of it is sort of a large, kind of like square and kind of flat vehicle. It's literally almost like a tent on wheels. It's crimson red, and you
As
can
if there's
see
any
there
other
are-
color.
True. And there's I guess it kind of looks like almost like from Avatar, the like Fire Nation
Mhm.
symbol on it. Like it's just a flame is on the door of that tent, the cloth door. Now it's not like a tiny single person tent. It's a large,
Just like
Like-
a mobile circus tent. Like
basically, like it dwarfs even the trucks. And
Firelord drummer.
basically, they all march up to and amid screams and yells, you can see it's a bit of a distance, but you can see like the people themselves from the warband. Similarly, like crazily dressed. A lot of them have like either they have like burnt hair, and genuinely burnt hair, or their hair has been fashioned in such a way that it looks like various black or white ashes, or a couple very enthusiastic people make them look like the actual orange flames themselves. It's yeah.
It's tacky as
No,
shit.
yeah. There's the circus itself on each corner is a gigantic, like 5-foot wide brazier on each corner, just like spewing fire and hot coals.
Sweet.
So
Right,
of course
so-
the gate is locked and the ramp is
Mhm.
withdrawn.
Yeah.
The column, the horde of machines and cars drive right up to the they drive up to the rig, and there's like I think a woman comes out of the tent dressed in like red, almost priestly robes. Even her very face is covered. And she
I'm
blows.
picturing the.
She doesn't blow an actual horn. Yeah.
I said I was just picturing, like, as a reference, the Horizon Zero Dawn, the Sun Priest.
Yeah. That a lot of Sun Priest like stuff here.
Yeah.
I don't think she blows an actual horn, because they would definitely use like a car thing for that. I think that there's like this big there's like a big lever that she pulls, and when she does that, the tent has like a speaker system, a PA system almost, with a series of megaphones from each corner, and it does sort of like a bleep out of all of it that silences everyone around, and they all suddenly stop.
Okay.
She like pushes the lever back, and the bleep stops, and there is silence for a moment. She was going to say something, unless you speak first.
No, as soon as the silence hits, the screech of like the microphone turning on and like the speakers clicking to life goes, and I just say, "Drummer, the rig is open to you. When you would like to talk, you may join us alone." Click. It's off.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Walk off. You just walk.
Yeah, and then I just walk off.
Okay. Is everything already set up at the wood stove?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So describe it to me. What does the wood stove
so
like right now?
By now, a lot of like the furniture and everything has been like cleared out of the wood stove, right? There's a table by the bar, which is kind of built into the floor and hard to get rid of. There's a table set like right in the middle, 2 chairs opposite side. I have guards on all entrances. The way to the freezer is like blocked off with Zen's new character. What's his name? Harrow. Yeah. Harrow. Yeah, kind of like behind the freezer, and basically it's like a really, like, I'm picturing like the camera like looking over it, and it's kind of like contrasting the way that we saw the wood stove when like the campaign first started, right? Where like it used to be kind of like bustling and there was like food on the shelves and everything, and now it's just like sparse and there's one singular table, and like the only thing that it has in common is the sign that I have up on the wall attached to the chalkboard. The chalk's all like wiped away, but it still says, like, rule number 1, in here we get along.
That's awesome.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and now Kim, you're not there?
No,
You're just waiting to
like
basically.
none of them told me to be there.
You're up by Betsy?
So I'm on top of Betsy eating whatever I can. I guess it's like a piece of fat.
Yeah. I was gonna say you wouldn't have much available.
Probably like a piece of
Gary the
Mr.
Rat
Grant's.
has Gary the Rat finally been salvaged, or is he an honorary member
Gary.
of the stove?
Gary the Rat sadly is no longer with us.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have Rat on the stick. That's actually a step up from a piece of fat.
Well, you shared. Like, you have part of the rat on the stick.
Oh, what part do I have, Whisk?
You have the front half.
Oh, I have half of the rat. This is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No.
Thanks a lot.
That's a full day's meal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I got all the good parts, but you know.
Yeah.
Right,
So I think
in preparation for this, where does Aster need to be? Because I was thinking he could be outside with the shepherds, or he could be running security or something.
Whisk kind of just like planned to have you just be wherever the fuck you wanted to be.
All right.
Okay.
So
right. So I figured you'd be useful wherever.
In front of the wood stove, I think 2 of the wolves are sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, Wolfrun and Lucian, like the 2 biggest. And I would like to. I mean, I don't know if I need to impose my will on them, but they are there to protect Whisk. That's what they have been told to do.
Okay, there's 2 of them.
And the rest
and the others?
The rest are outside. I think Aster's out with the shepherds, keeping an eye on the army.
Okay. Give me a sec. I'm writing down. What are the names of the 2 wolves you've chosen? Do you want me? You don't have a list of names. You can tell me later.
Now the 2 wolves. They're the first 2 in the wolf. Wolfrun and Lucian.
Okay. Checking Whisk, Wolfrun, Lucian.
Do the wolves shed at all?
No, they're plant.
The plants. They probably lost. They shed all of their hair when they turned. Now they just have like skin, plant skin.
Okay.
I would imagine. So it's lovely. They're very pleasant to look at, of course.
Yeah, good, because I didn't want to sweep after them.
Well, they're not coming inside. They're like right outside the door, just so Trevor actually has to walk past them.
They're like ancient Egyptian jackals.
Basically. They're okay. Well, 2 things happen. One, Aster, no one comes out of the tent. You don't see anyone enter the rig. But from the other point of view, someone approaches the wood stove. Wearing heavy snow gear, a lot like Harrow did. They stop in front and slowly take all of it off. Like it's as to quote what Golden said earlier, 17 layers. So it takes a while. He walks inside and like takes off and there's probably a place for it, so he like folds it all and puts it all together. Takes his time. Out of like his snow clothes, he's still wearing like I almost said a trench coat. I don't think a trench coat. I think he's wearing like almost robes himself. Sort of instead of like a crimson red, usually more of a dark blood ruby color. They glitter in the firelight of whatever is lighting up this place. It could be electricity because we're not sure on that. A much smaller symbol of the same like fire icon from the tent door is on the robes that he was wearing. But he how to put this? Well, half of you see him as he turns around, and while he is changing, half of his face and part of a good half of his body is has burn scars all over, like is disfigured.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, it looks like he must have lost an arm in the fire because there's like an industrial grade robot arm. That it is in one of his, taking place in a biological one that ends in like a claw, like an industrial, not a sharp claw, but like a pushing claw. And as he turns, you can see like almost down his face is the burn, and then the eye from that section is also metallic and machine. And he doesn't say anything immediately. He simply walks over to the table and sits down. And Aster, just to reiterate, as far as from your point of view, no one has yet entered.
Okay.
So, do you talk first? Why? Sibel sitting on the other side. Above the table, she's like stone-faced, and you can see her hands below the table. She's like fidgeting nervously.
Mm-hmm. As the mediator for this get-together, I want to bring up some points of discussion. I understand that the actions of us here at the rig may have fostered some ill will towards you, Drummer.
Where's Radar?
She fled.
Would have been better for her if she stayed in the long term. I might not have killed her then.
Cowards don't often think of the long-term, Drummer.
Continue.
Well, we are here to broker peace between the rig and your people.
Doesn't say anything.
All right.
If Sibel will not say anything unless you.
Mm-hmm.
Sibel, for the most part, unless she has very specific, he won't say anything unless she is supposed to say something.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trimmer says, "Well, I think it's pretty obvious to me why you want peace. No, I don't want my boys to die for nothing. So what are you offering?"
Well, so we're on the same page. Would you mind elaborating the issues you have with the rig?
My demands are as follows. I want the oil shut down. Gone. Take the blood of Mother Earth and put it back where it belongs. And I want to be here to make sure it gets done.
I'll nod. I'll say, on your way over, you should have seen a windmill under construction. I'll have you know that we were working towards it without your demands. So you'll find there's no problem going forward. Anything else?
Just one. I saw a pretty girl near the entrance. And he describes Joyce. Says, I want her. That's it.
Now, I'm not intimately familiar with everyone on the rig, but it sounds to me like you're describing Joyce. You're describing Joyce, the nurse, and your stitches. We'll have to have a conversation with the doctor, but it could be arranged.
I'd like to be there for that as well, please.
Certainly.
Actually, no, he doesn't say please. He does not say please. Not in
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. So if we concede to your demands, you will.
Do we have any problems?
Good. Problems are, well, the opposite of not having problems. And I'll say, well, I look over at what's her face, the shepherd, Sibel. Yeah. I'll say.
Yeah.
As the official leader of the rig, I hope you find these conditions agreeable.
Yes. No, yes, I do. Trevor doesn't even look at her.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what's going on.
All right.
And after a pause, he says, "So what now?"
So getting like scoping out Drummer. Is he
Would you like to be the person?
Not yet necessarily. Just like getting the lay of the land. Is he like obviously packing? Weapons wise, does he have anything on him?
Not obvious. Well, his robot arm is obviously dangerous. It's industrial grade. It's bigger than a normal person's arm.
Yeah, but like
would be. But other than that, I think it is either subtle or he would be. Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't have like a grenade launcher strewn across his back or anything.
No. There's no like bandolier of ammunition that he's wearing.
He doesn't have like a missile silo that's gonna pop up out of his shoulder or nothing. Okay, good.
Nope.
Alright. Well, in that case.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, let's be honest here. Sibel, you're free to go.
She doesn't want to mess this up, so she just nods quietly, stands up, and like slides out of the shot, basically. And then, yeah.
Now I would like to read a person. Now I'm gonna scope him out and see what's up. Hopefully I don't do bad, huh? Right, so that is sharp, right?
Nice. Do you have it improved?
I do not know.
Okay. So you can ask not any question, but just 3 from the list.
First of all, was he telling the truth about leaving the rig alone if we conceded to the demands?
Yes, though he didn't say leaving. He said leaving the rig alone, but he said he wanted to be there to make sure it got done. So once that, he actually was telling the truth.
What's he really feeling?
He is feeling in control, honestly, despite being surrounded by a dozen armed people. He is feeling confident. One more. You can wait to ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Alright. So, he looks at you for a moment and then says, "Is there any reason I still need to be here?"
Well, you want to talk to the doctor, no? He's nearby. Should I fetch him?
Did you get what I meant?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll be a moment. And then I step out towards the freezer. I pat Harold on the shoulder. I say, just go light him up. Just
green light.
do it. Yeah. Green light.
All right. Before I do
okay,
that,
do you want to act under fire to see if he can? Because Dremmer is not a dumb man.
Well, before that happens, can Harrow read the situation, like, while all that is going on?
Yes, you can. You can be peeking in to the situation for sure. I will go to Harrow. Sharp is a 2. Nice. You got a 9, so you get to ask one question. Do you have the list?
Yes, I do. What should I be on the lookout for?
Dremmer has... There is only one reason any sane individual, and for as dangerous Dremmer is, he does seem to be acting very sane. There's only one reason that an individual will be acting as confidently as he is in this situation, and that is leverage. Leverage that he has not revealed. And in this situation, surrounded by many armed people, that's a hell of a lot of leverage.
Right. Okay, well. Yeah, then okay, so we know that. Okay, that's fine. What's going on with the whole there needs to be a way to communicate that to
you need to know, you should go look out for whatever that is, that thing.
Yeah, I think Harrow will try to impart that knowledge to Whisk, like he's got something up his sleeve, without giving away his position. Hopefully.
You could walk around the front.
You could just come out if you want to, but Harrow would recognize you, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's an exit by the freezer, right? So you could leave.
That's true.
Tell one of the outside guards to come in and whisper something to me.
Yeah, I think that's what he does. Then I think that's a good idea.
That makes sense. Do you want to roll to act under fire? So, actually, no, I don't think you have to roll. I think that we'll see how Whisk will act under fire, and we'll see how Whisk receives it, because it's about how she reacts when she goes. So yeah, you go over to Harrow, and I think as you are about to do what you were saying, one of the guards suddenly comes inside and whispers a message in your ear.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my last hold on the read a person to ask, how could I get Drummer to reveal to me, either consciously or not, what the what his leverage is?
He's half. I think you can tell. He's half itching to reveal it. He just needs a reason to.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, just ask him. If you can say you can tell, and he'd be like, "Sure."
Yeah, so I'm just going to say, Drummer, you seem awfully cool-headed. Is there something you're not telling me?
Oh, there are more than several hundred things I'm not telling you. But only one that's not relevant for you. That is relevant for you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see Ravi here surrounded by guards and green dogs. I came prepared. I showed up a bit early before we met. Scoped the place out. And I can't do the accent while I'm smiling. He's smiling.
Mm-hmm.
He says, left a little package down below. Bomb. Hidden away. Or I die, or if I trigger it. This is an oil rig. That's a lot of fuel. May I speak to the nurse now?
Of course.
Oh, and, I know you're a bit wily. Don't go looking for that bomb. This is a place... Let's just say bad things will happen if you mess with it too much. I don't recommend it.
Alright, well, if you don't mind, I'm going to have to add another condition onto their agreement. On your way out, you mind taking that bomb with you?
When I leave, which will be when my other conditions have been met, gladly.
Wonderful. So I'm going to go fetch the nurse.
Okay. Yeah, that's a bomb-sized wrench in the plan. But
Don't worry, I got something cooking up.
I figured you might. I figured that's probably what you would do. You find Nurse Joyce in, she hasn't been back to the clinic today. I think you have to ask around and eventually find her at her house.
Okay.
Yeah. She just sort of stops working for the day. Obviously, it's not a normal day. She's still wearing her, like, work clothes, if people have no... It's the apocalypse. There are no such things as work clothes versus non-work clothes, even at a clinic. So she's wearing regular clothes. But I think there's still blood on them, actually. That's what it is. As she opens the door, she still sort of looks dazed, and she says, Whisk. Hi.
Joyce,
Yes.
I need you not to panic right now. Drummer wants to see you.
I was gonna say, as you say that, she's like, why would I panic? And begins to... Okay.
You know, panic.
Yeah. There's about to be a reason I might panic.
Yeah. Drummer wants to see you.
She, like, stops and thinks for a minute. Just a minute. And begins to close the door. Do you do anything? Okay. You close the door, you hear her, like, moving and rummaging around. 2 minutes or so later, she has, like, she comes out again. She's still wearing the same bloodstained clothes and everything. But then she says, okay. I am ready. I think. Why?
I think he spotted you on his way in. Took a liking to you.
Oh. Oh. Like she doesn't actually say it or finish saying it, but she's thinking, and her expression says, "Do I have to?"
Well, don't panic, but Drummer has set up a bomb under the rig.
What? She actually says, like, what, and is about to say a bomb. Loudly.
Yeah, I will right against her mouth as soon as she says what.
She actually, she mouths like, boom!
Yes, your cousin bought an oboe.
She catches herself and says, like, why? Why? We need to leave! And she begins to, like, push past you and says, like, screw this, I'm leaving!
Hold on.
Okay.
Well, I got some good news for you there, Joyce. You can leave, but with him. So
Yeah. Okay, Joyce, listen. I just need you to go along with it. It'll be fine. It won't be that long, and I hear Drummer's pretty good for the first couple of months.
Okay, before he gets bored of him.
Yeah.
Okay, roll plus hot to seduce / manipulate her.
I mean, hang on a second. Is it
Okay, this is
possible
not convincing her to go with it. This is convincing her to not.
Okay.
Okay.
This
I was
is
gonna
the
say, is it?
go along with it for now. This is not the full on like.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, Trevor's fine.
Yeah, just sell yourself into sexual slavery. It's not a problem. Let's just do it.
No, this is the like. We just need to go along with it for now because there's a bomb. What would you say? You use a promise and concrete assurance of a promise. Yeah. She, says, no matter what, you will not leave me alone with him.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely. I have something kind of cooking up already. He'll probably not even have time to do anything before my plan springs into action. Trust me, this is not a matter I'm going to sit on. And
Okay.
hey, you just have to go talk to him. He might not even like you.
Just stay with me, and that could be worse. I don't know. Let's go get this over
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you lead her back to the wood stove. Aster, it's been like 15 minutes, longer than, like it's 15 minutes past the meeting and nothing from the tent.
Yeah, I think.
Like, some of the
Yeah,
shepherds
I
are
think I'm
going
gonna
to
turn to like the nearest shepherd and be like,
He's like, he gives you like a shrug. Like, what's going on?
yeah, I think he just says, I'm going to check inside. Maybe Whisk knows.
He nods. Yeah, he nods. And, yeah, I think you run into Whisk. Whisk and Joyce all run into each other on your way back. Yeah.
Okay. I say,
And,
Esther, thank fuck. I need to talk to you for a moment. And I need you not
Aster,
to
you can see behind Whisk,
panic.
Nurse is just staring. Nurse is just staring like terrified at the wolves.
Hmm.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, Esther, I need you not to panic. Drummer has set up a bomb under the rig. If he dies, it goes off. So, keep that machete to yourself for a while. I'm going to try and figure out how it's going to be triggered and see if there's a way to deactivate it without, everyone dying.
I think Aster just says, there are only a few places a bomb would be most beneficial in Fort Drama. I will take my pack and search.
Okay, but if you find it, don't touch it. We don't know. Drummer is a smart cookie. He would have,
Probably wasn't even him. It was probably like his group of savvy heads, knowing how many people he has that did it.
Yeah, like they definitely set it up to blow if it was tampered with. So if you find it, remember where it is. Don't touch it.
I think you just get a shrug.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll take my 8 wolves and then spread out among the lower decks searching for this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That will take some time, so let's see what happens after. We'll see that probably is the last roll of the session at this rate.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I think, as soon as Aster and the wolves leave, like, as the last wolf turns the corner, Joyce is like, What were those things?
Hester's friends. Don't worry about it. They're cool.
My day has been really interesting. So yeah, I think I can forget about those, relatively speaking. You can tell she's not right now, but she's on the verge of cracking.
Uh-huh.
Like, 16 people were killed around her earlier today, and this.
Yeah, she got that like tick in the side of her mouth that looks like she's starting to smile, but it's pretty manic. Like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we head inside,
Yeah,
and Drummer's still there waiting for us, I would assume.
he is. He actually reaches into his robe, under his robe. The guards are probably like, but he pulls out a single, bright orange rose and hands it to her. Says, Joyce, it's a pleasure to meet you. And he turns on the charm.
Mm-hmm.
And she now, Dremmer is not a handsome man, but you can tell he was once a handsome guy.
Yeah, disfiguration will do that to you.
Yeah.
He's half handsome.
Yeah, exactly. And so Joyce is looks at the rose. Now, an orange rose in an apocalypse world of winter, Joyce has likely literally never seen one before.
Mm-hmm.
Or, maybe heard about them in
and food
stories. Yeah. So she just stares at it entranced. He says, it smells even better than it looks. And it takes she's still kind of in shock, so it takes a moment for her to reach it, and then and then she realizes he's not lying and it's not poison, and she actually smells it sincerely, and she's like,
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
All right, this is when my plan springs into action.
Okay.
I'm gonna feign jealousy. I'm gonna try and get in bed with Drummer.
What do you do?
nice.
I'm gonna eye the rose and eye Drummer, and within view, but also kind of trying to hide it. Definitely on purpose. But I'm a good actor. I'm gonna do that thing where you do the triangle eye movement where you look at the eyes and the mouth and all that stuff. I
Just body language stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Drummer's gonna notice it should things go down.
Yeah. You want him. What is it you want him to do? You want him to basically. You want to redirect him towards you?
Yeah, redirect him towards me, and maybe definitely in a way where he would think it was his idea.
Okay, Dremmer's a bright man.
Yeah.
So that will definitely be manipulating.
Okay. Partial success.
So they need a promise and concrete assurance of that. Oh. Okay. So no, that's not a thing. Give me a sec. I'm gonna have to look at GM notes to make sure I got something proper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. You know what I think? I think part of why, he notices, and then in his mind, he's realizing how smart Whisk is, and I think that is actually really impressive to him.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the people in his life either are dumb or pretend to be dumb for his ego. and you are not. He says, I think he doesn't have a second orange rose. I don't think he came that prepared. But he says he looks and says, like, he does a tiny double take. This is, looking at you more and says, it's for the both of you. The two lovely ladies that I met here. Rig's not so bad of a place. And he's improvising, obviously.
Drummer, man. Drummer, I've done this before. It's a huge mistake. Do not ever say that to any woman. Never.
Dude, the guy literally has his own harem.
You have failed at life, Drummer. Take it. I have done this. It's never do it again. Never do it.
Next week,
Yeah.
on the Bachelor Apocalypse. Who's Trevor going to give his rose to?
Pretty much.
Hopefully by then he'll have a deactivated bomb and a knife in his gut.
Yes. So I think it would be better to work at the player level for this one. Dremmer wants you. Well, yeah, he needs a promise first. He wants you to come out to, like, you're coming with as well, because you're the only, like, decent and smart person in the rig. So he would like you to come with him, and as a concrete promise of that, I think he in short words, he basically offers both of you the alluring promise of being, like, with him, and living, like, as queens, basically, is how he puts it. Joyce, honestly, Joyce is like, that's not so bad, type of Stockholm syndrome is already setting in. He tells her, like, okay, go pack your stuff, and she leaves, and then with you, she's like, you live here, right? I'll help. We're gonna both go right now. And he wants you to, he's gonna help, he wants you to pack up and go with him. Immediately.
Okay.
Back to his tent.
Yeah, I'll lead him back to my new mansion and
right.
pack up. And there's, like, the fancy coat with, like, a bullet hole and shit in it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Walk by the wall where I have all my weapons leaning against, in the doorway.
Yeah, and he's like, I think he's genuinely impressed. Like, he still lives better, but this is probably the best he's seen anyone live outside of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He's
and
like,
he doesn't know I got it, like, yesterday, so
Yeah. He's like, yeah, there's always, like, battle parties here. That's why there's blood on the ground still. That's why the smell's in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he leads a group of people. He knows that occasionally you have to make an example out of someone and shoot them in the head.
Yeah, and maybe their entire friends and family, just to be safe.
Yeah, exactly.
That's outside, right?
He's not outside yet. He's in the mansion, which is still.
Okay. I thought the mansion was
It's probably
separate
specifically
from the
called
rig.
the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the best house in the rig. Its nickname is the mansion. It's not an actual mansion in terms
Alright,
of, like,
cool.
housing. Yeah. And while we see sort of a montage of, like, a tour through the house as you pack up everything, that is interspersed with scenes of, like, bomb squad, and a lot of sniffing, sort of, like, close to dog's nose scenes. Yeah. Let's find that bomb. So I think this would be reading it. I think the entire situation has become charged. Maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it seems kind of chargy, huh?
A little bit.
Yeah.
There are probably multiple charges. sad about.
No, Aster, not Hera. There we go. Yeah,
Aster's
thermal
not going to be
detonators.
as good as this.
Yeah, Kim's just standing on top
Um,
of Big Betsy taking a piss off it.
Kim's like,
It's
I'm really glad I'm not in the rig right now.
Yeah, I don't
This is
even
something
know
you're
about this.
You're admiring how the stream just freezes halfway to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, wow, this is
Or
big.
it's basically the blistering cold winds, like the stream goes sideways, effectively. You have a 0 in sharp, and you roll the 5.
Awesome.
Um,
So I do find the bomb, but by tripping over it and making it explode.
Wow. I retired to safety, I guess.
So you're looking for the bomb. I think you do actually trip over it. I don't think you do a thing. I think it just reveals something in addition to it. Yeah. So your dog, like, you hear a bark from one of your dogs, and you go and see, and there's like this, this package that is set onto one of like the oil pipes, with sort of wired into like along this pipe and onto other pipes like a dozen different charges, and there's a timer going down on that package as well. The timer. Let's see. It's you roll a 6-. This is not a small thing. This is the bomb. No, midnight isn't a concept right now. I was going to say midnight tonight, but that's not even a concept. The timer is for sunset. Now, Dremor arrived at high noon. The timer is about sunset tonight. Is going to go off.
Okay. Are we cliffhangering it there with the
Let's
bomb
do that.
reveal?
Yeah, and we
Right.
see the 24 countdown, like 2,